Welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. So far, we have completed two steps of financial planning. In the first one, that is understanding your current financial status, we had seen cash flow statement and net worth statement in detail. With the help of these two statements, we can assess our current financial status at a given point in time. In the second step, that is writing down your financial goals, we had seen how important it is to write down your goals, quantify them, and also put certain timelines to your goals. In the current video, we are going to cover the third step of financial planning in detail, that is looking at investment options for your financial goals. There are a lot of investment options available in the market, like traditional debt instruments, debt funds, pure equity, equity funds, etc. But what options you ultimately choose for your financial goals depend upon four factors, which are listed here. The first one is time available for your goal or your investment horizon. The second is your current financial position. Third, returns expected. And the last, your risk profile. Let's try to understand the influence of these four factors on our investment decision with the help of an example. Let's take the example of Parul and Puneet. They want to send their daughter for higher education in the US. The current cost is 25 lakh rupees. They have 16 years in hand, and if inflation was assumed at 7%, the future cost would work out to be 73.8 lakh rupees. So what should be their investment option over here? Whenever your investment horizon is more than 5 years away, the best asset class to invest in is equity. So if they have made no investments towards this goal till date and have returns expectation of about 12%, they should start an SIP of 12,695 rupees into diversified equity mid-cap funds, because these funds may give returns of about 12%. Let's check how the four factors would now influence this investment decision. The first factor is time available. So what if the time in hand changes? For someone who just has 2 years in hand, the future cost would work out to be 28.62 lakh rupees. With just 2 years in hand, this person must have saved something towards this goal. And whatever corpus he must have accumulated, he should not invest into equity, because equity would be volatile in the short term. Whenever your investment horizon is less than 3 years away, you should invest into debt asset class. And so, whatever corpus he has accumulated, he should invest into debt funds or traditional debt instruments like FDs, etc. And in case he's not saved anything, educational loan is the only solution, because collecting 28.62 lakh rupees in 2 years time frame would be very tough. The next factor that influences your investment decision is your current financial position. So let's assume the entire case remains same, but you already have set aside 10 lakh rupees for this particular goal. So you could invest your lump sum 10 lakh rupees into equity mutual funds, which may give you returns of about 12%. This will build a corpus of 61.3 lakh rupees after 16 years. For the remaining amount, you could start an SIP of 2,150 rupees into again equity mutual funds, which may give you returns of about 12%. But since you already have 10 lakh rupees in hand, you could invest your 10 lakh rupees as lump sum into debt mutual funds, which may give you returns of about 8%. This would build a corpus of 34.25 lakh rupees. And for the remaining amount, you could start an SIP of 6,802 rupees into equity mutual funds, which may give you returns of about 12%. So you see, a stronger financial position enables you to reach your financial goals even by taking less riskier routes. The next two factors that influence your investment decision are returns expectation and risk profile. These two factors are interrelated. The higher your risk-taking capacity, the better returns you expect. So unlike Parul and Puneet, if you're expecting just returns of about 8%, you could start an SIP of 18,934 rupees into debt mutual funds. In case you want to take even more risk than Parul and Puneet and are expecting returns of about 15%, you could start an SIP of 9,241 rupees into small cap diversified equity mutual funds, because these mutual funds may give you returns of about 15%. And in case you want to take even more risk and expecting returns more than 15%, you're just not being practical. So a lesser risk-taking capacity just pushes up your investment amount, which again depends upon your financial position. Are you able to spare higher amounts with other goals also on your plate? And in certain cases, if you're not ready to take risk, you might have to compromise with your goal itself. So there may be situations when you're not ready to take risk, but then you have to because you want to reach your financial goal. So what we've seen today, there are a lot of investment options available in the market, but the ones that you ultimately choose are influenced by time available for your goal, your current financial position, returns you expect, and your risk profile. Hope after watching the video, you're able to select the right investment options for your financial goals. So we have completed the third step of financial planning. In our next video, we are going to cover the fourth step of financial planning, that is converting your financial goals to a financial plan. Friends, thanks for watching the video. Watch this space for more such topics. Until then, happy investing. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section below our videos. And if you like our videos, please do subscribe. Thank you.